Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Giving praise to the Most High. I thank Him for letting me be able to see another day. Um, and I pray that God inspire me to give the information that's accurate and needed on this video to be able to inform our brothers and sisters who we are to expect in the last days, that God is using an Israelite, that His Spirit has come upon him to bring judgment up unto the earth. So, with that being said, I did a video yesterday that talked about King David, that he was chosen in ancient of times, and we know that in we read in Isaiah 46, verse 19 and 10, that the Most High declared everything from the end to the beginning. So he lets you know that this was already in prophesied before it even happened. That this is what he expected and what he wants from the time that of his creation, when he created the heavens and the earth, to the time of the end prophecy, what is to take place in the earth, where righteous will prevail again in the earth, and that we will be among the covenant of God, which he will establish a peace covenant with the whole entire world. Now, whoever does not fall up under that covenant, God says that he will destroy. So what I want to do, I want to go in here and read in Isaiah 46. My glasses. For us to know and understand what is expected. Uh, Prophet Isaiah brings the message in the word. He says in verse 9 and verse 10, remember the former things of old. For I am God, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasures. So we know from the time that God created the heavens and the earth, and he brought forth Adam and Eve, but the tree of life consisted of prophecies that would take place in the earth, that what would happen from the beginning of time to the end of time. He declared it from the beginning, letting us know that everything that he prophesied was should not come back void. So what I wanted to show brothers and sisters, the latter day prophecy, who the Most High has chosen to bring back, to bring judgment, that his spirit is upon King David. And what I wanted to read to you, scriptures that concerns King David and the latter day prophecy. Because we already read 1 Samuel 16 and 13, 2 Samuel 2 and 4, 2 Samuel 5 and 3, to let you know that David was anointed to be king during the time that his existence. So now I want to show you David is to return. In Hosea verse 3 and 5, it said, afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek the Most High their God and David their king, and shall fear the Most High in his goodness in the latter days. So the thing is, a lot of people have a problem distinguishing what prophecy is related to, what time, during what timeline. And see, the thing is, this is talking about a latter day prophecy, so we know that it's talking about in our times. So he says in verse Isaiah 55, 3 through 5, he said, incline your ear and come unto me. Here in your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and commander to the people. It says, behold, thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not, and nations that knew not thee shall run unto thee because of the Most High thy God, and for the Holy One of Israel, for he hath glorified thee. This is a future prophecy. This is what David's responsibilities are on the time of his arrival, what is to happen. And we read in Jeremiah 30, verse 9, but they shall serve the Most High and the Most High their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Jeremiah 33, verse 17 says, for thus saith the Most High, David shall never want a man to sit upon the throne of the house of Israel. And we are all these scriptures is concerning latter days prophecy about David's return and what his responsibility are in the world. This is him bringing judgment in the global earth. So when people talk about New World Order, man, if you fear God and he tells you not to fear men, this is what he's trying to do, is bring humbleness amongst all nations, that if anyone who refused to serve him, he will destroy that nation. Ezekiel 34, verse 23, and I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David, he shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. This is everything about what David is to do, is to teach Israel the laws, the statutes, and commandments, how we are to live according to the word of God. Ezekiel 34, verse 24, and I, the Most High, will be their God, and my servant David a prince among them. I, the Most High, have spoken it. See, a lot of people keep on talking about this thing with the New Testament about Christ, about he's supposed to be the seed of David. And if you read in First Chronicles 3, we never hear nothing about that. David never mentioned Christ as being a son unto him, not one time. So when we read Ezekiel 37, verse 22 through 25, it says, and I will make them one nation in the land up to the mountains of Israel, and one king. Well, this is talking about bringing the nations back together as one, Judah and Israel. When you read Ezekiel 37, verse 15 through 25, what we talking about. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgression. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God. And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgment, and observe my statutes, and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt. And they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. Amos 9, verse 11, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Most High that doeth this. So the thing is, what we're dealing with, this is a latter-day prophecy of who is to come. The Most High is talking about King David. Psalm 72, verse 1 and 2. It said, give the king thy judgment, O God, and thy righteousness unto the king's son. He shall judge thy people with righteousness, and thy poor with judgment. Jeremiah 23, verse 5 said, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. And we go from there from Isaiah 40, verse 10 and 11. Behold, the Most High God will come with strong hand, and his arm shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are young. This all what we see what God is referring to David being the man to bring us back into the land. So with that being said, right, I wanted to read 2 Samuel 22 and read what David is said, what the Most High has prophesied him to do. So when you read 2 Samuel 22, and David spake unto the Most High the words of this song in the day that the Most High had delivered him out of the hands of all his enemies and out of the hands of Saul. He said, the Most High is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, the God of my rock, in him will I trust. He is my shield and the horn of my salvation, my high tower and my refuge, my Savior, thou savest me from violence. I will call on the Most High, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies when the waves of death compass me. The floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. In my distress, I called upon the Most High and cried to my God. And he did hear my voice out of this temple, and my cry did enter into his ear. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of the heaven moved and shook because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon the cherub and did fly, and he was seen upon the wings of the wind. And he made darkness pavilions round about him, dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. Through the brightness before him were coals of fire kindled. The Most High thundered from heaven, and the Most High uttered his voice. He sent out arrows and scattered them lightly, and discomfited them. And the tunnels of the sea appeared. The foundations of the world were discovered at the rebuking of the Most High, at the blast of the breath of his nostril. He sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemies and from them that hated me, for they were too strong for me. They prevented me in the days of my calamity, but the Most High was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Most High rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands have he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Most High, and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his judgments were before me, and as for his statutes, I did not depart from them. I was also upright before him, and have kept myself from my iniquity. Therefore the Most High recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanness in his eyes and his eyesight. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful, and with the upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure, with the forward thou wilt show thyself unsavory. And the afflicted people thou wilt save, but thy eyes are upon the haughty, that thou mayest bring them down. For thou art my lamp, O Most High, and the Most High will lighten my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop. By my God have I leaped over a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The words of the Most High is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him. But who is God? Save the Most High. Who is a rock? Save our God. God is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation. Thy gentleness have made me great. Now, this is right here is telling you that David is sent, that he is the one to bring salvation. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, so that my feet did not slip. I have pursued my enemies and destroyed them, and turn not again until I have consumed them. And I have consumed them and wounded them, that they could not rise. They are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength to battle them that rose up against me, hast thou subdued under me. Thou hast also given me the neck of my enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They looked, but there was none to save, even unto the Most High, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them as small as the dust of the earth. I did stamp them as the marrow of the streets, and did spread them abroad. Thou also hast delivered me from the strivings of my people. Thou hast kept me to be head of the heathen. A people which I knew not shall serve me. That's what he's talking about in Isaiah 55. Strangers shall submit themselves unto me. As soon as they hear, they shall be obedient unto me. Strangers shall fade away, and they shall be afraid out of their close places. The Most High liveth, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God of the rock of my salvation. It is God that avenges me, and that bringeth down the people under me, and that bringeth me forth from my enemies. Thou also hast lifted me up on high above them that rose up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent men. Therefore I will give thanks unto thee, O Most High, among the heathen, and I will sing praises unto thy name. He is the tower of salvation for his king, and show of mercy to his anointed, unto David, and to his seed forevermore. And this is talking about even David past events of the things that he endured in his lifetime, that a future prophecy that told him right here in 2 Samuel 36, thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy gentleness have made me great. The Most High told you that he will exalt David's throne from the rivers unto the sea. So, with this being said, I wanted to show that wanted to show that God is using David to bring deliverance unto Israel from all places that he scattered us. And this is what people is not understanding, what we need to know and what we expect. So I wanted to make a part 3 with this, just to show more of the responsibilities of the things that David is inquired to do, to show what the Father's will is that David is doing for the Most High. So with that being said, I want to end this video. And man, as David said unto the Most High, he said, Salah. I would like to say Salah, praise the Most High. and give blessings to brothers and sisters out there who have watched this video. And man, like I said, I mean, you come check me out, comment, subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions, post your questions in the comment section. Or man, like I said, we could talk face to face. I have a number, 563 5493276. And man, let's dialogue and get an understanding of who is expected to come and deliver us from our captivity. And hope to dialogue with you soon and do another video. If the Most High is willing to give me the strength and the understanding of His Word, and that we could be able to come together and bring forth truth and the words and in the name of God. Selah.